As I undertake my climate adaptation work, there are a few themes to the vision I'm working to bring about. First, I believe that successful climate adaptation hinges on cross-sectoral collaboration and coordination, bringing in a variety of perspectives to avoid maladaptation. We also just don't have the time to reinvent the wheel with every new initiative, and so we have to come together as a community of practice to share lessons learned and build on each other's work if we're going to have any hope of responding and transforming quickly enough. That's why so much of my work is focused on encouraging peer knowledge exchange among adaptation practitioners, and luckily there are now many opportunities to engage with fellow practitioners through networks and collaborative groups, and I spend a lot of time trying to foster such groups.
Hi, I'm Pam Rubinoff of URI's Coastal Resources Center in Rhode Island Sea Grant. I like to hope that the people that I'm working with, the planning board members, the municipal officials, the neighbors in Common Fence Point, are really learning some of the different resources that are available to them. It's not only me bringing my knowledge, but they're able to then understand why the seas rise, what it is doing to their community, and so that they then could make some of those decisions for themselves.
So when I think about my vision for this work, it's really similar, as I was going over it in my mind, very similar to the vision of the NERS, the National Estuarine Research Reserve System, for which I work. And the vision is resilient estuaries and coastal watersheds where human and natural communities thrive. And I thought, yeah, that's it. I'm definitely working for the right system, organization. And it's really, that's what I hope for, that both natural systems and the people who depend on all of the benefits that these special places provide, social, economic, environmental, that they're protected.
First of all, let me say how honored I am to be nominated for this award. My name is Julie Wormser. I co-founded a voluntary regional collaborative among 20 cities and towns in the Mystic River watershed along the north side of Boston Harbor in Massachusetts. We call ourselves the Regional Mystic Collaborative, and as we all know, extreme weather like drought or storms or sea level rise has no time for political boundaries. And so we work together on those on-the-ground projects that help people in communities that no one city or town could do ourselves.
Hello, my name is Albert George, and I have the pleasure of serving as the first Director of Conservation here at the South Carolina Aquarium. We had the honor of starting the Resilience Initiative of Coastal Education, which spells RICE, 5 years ago. And the simple vision behind the Resilience Initiative of Coastal Education, or RICE, was how do we reach all communities with the needed information for them to be more climate resilient as it relates to both sea level rise and climate change. And so within that frame of reference of the Resilience Initiative of Coastal Education, or RICE, our endeavor has been how do we connect with all people, and not just people from Charleston, but people also from the rural South Carolina communities, which in many cases are challenged more than probably many of the urban related communities.
Currently, as the chair of the City of Columbia's Climate Protection Action Committee, I am leading a team to develop a roadmap for climate adaptation in the city. This means anything from energy generation to urban planning and zoning. We're also trying to figure out funding mechanisms for making all this work happen. Is this where I thought I would be today? No, I'm trained as a geochemist. When I step back and think about who is being impacted by this climate adaptation work, it is really the citizens of Columbia. We're helping develop a plan that will help improve the quality of their lives, but it's also the people I engage with at the universities.
First and foremost, the people that are impacted by our climate adaptation work is our state agency workers. We are in charge of so many programs and assets and services that when you look at it, we are working on a variety of environmental infrastructure, natural systems related projects, and funds that are distributed at the state, from the state level to local level.
We've had to learn to adapt over many, many generations. From the 1500s forwards, we have been adapting on these sea islands. In this environment, we have been adapting to all the new changes that have caused disruption, but we've also been adapting to bring back aspects of our culture. So as Queen Quet, chiefess and head of state for the Gullah Geechee Nation, and the founder of the Gullah Geechee Sea Island Coalition, I have been living resilience, living adaptation by continuing to do different examples of work here, like making sure that we rebuild our shoreline naturally, organically, with oyster shells, the way my ancestors did.